Hello, so I'm going to just quickly talk through my sketchbook. I had to re-record it because I saw it had to be 3 to 5 minutes and the other one was like 20 minutes long. So I'm going to have to be a bit quicker. Always find it helpful just to run through, the where I am graphically and, the tools in my collection just at the start of my project. Really helps to just get everything on a page out of my head so I can just focus on the work. I was thinking about using Tom Sachs's lightning holes as inspiration because I wasn't sure whether or not to do promotional campaign or music. Sorry, or promotional campaign or jewelry. But I thought the lightning holes could be a great starting point for like a themed based approach. Didn't end up using it, but um, just kind of another bit of mind vomit, just ideas about branding, consumerism, and our interaction we have with these things that surround us. Initial ideas, just kind of weighing up whether or not I want to do the promotional music pack or the jewelry. You know, it tilted quite heavily to the promotional pack at the end because I wanted to do something new, and I also loved the website that I made previously. I loved making like wider visual languages. So this is when I decided to do the music design. Just looked into, thinking about I could look into Vegan, who I'd been interested in for a while, along with Wolfgang Tillmans, Frank Ocean, and Raygun magazine. So this is me looking into Wolfgang Tillmans. I didn't end up using him a hell of a lot or Raygun, which is a shame because I love them so much. But I can't underestimate, their place in the journey. I think with Wolfgang Tillmans in particular, it kind of taught me to create something that's quite calming. Um, just idea development, thinking about what could be in the package, and contemporary artists like Muramasa and Aphex Twin, who are kind of the target audience in a way. Some primary research just into the general theme. What do you associate with electronic music? What colours? Symbolism and motifs. So I think what I picked up from most of the electronic genre is that they use quite impersonal um, names, essentially. And I thought that was quite interesting, having some anonymity, and it takes the attention away from the person and more towards the music. Some independent artists based more in Europe, which I took more inspiration from visually and also kind of idealistically. I felt like I could connect to their practice a little bit more just because they're a little bit smaller and the kind of complete opposite of someone like Paul Rand, who's massive and super influential. Um, Again, like him being almost like the king of corporate identity, and how he expanded the IBM into the rethinking what a quarterly report could be. Some observational drawings, target audiences. I wanted to just get started on the logo, so that's me just going. And a common theme throughout this is not creating something um, and then creating 5 different versions of it. If I was happy with something, if it stuck, then I was just going to run with it because that's a much healthier creative practice for me than before when I would just, grind away at 5 different versions of the same thing and essentially just get burnt out creatively from it. Some experimenting into some airbrushing and then experimenting with vinyl graphics. So just some processes which I thought I was going to look at more, but I ended up just not having enough time on my time plan really. Um, and it was a good shout actually, just leaving it um, because I was tight with time at the end anyway. Second book. So it's starting with the album design, a little bit of just a happy accident with the code, and I just thought it looks amazing and it sticks with the whole electronic theme. So I just went with it. A little bit of development. Back at the jewel case. And then the merch is something that I really wanted to focus on just because because I hadn't really designed for clothing before, so I thought it was really exciting. Using these elements, which were basically just little graphics that I did in the previous project, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to just run with it. Again, some more development. Took a while to kind of get to where it is. A little bit more. Slightly, off-white, off-black t-shirts. A little bit less stark than a bright white. Just some rubbings. For the kind of like accessories, I thought it would be really interesting to do a bumper sticker and a keychain and like a really big water bottle, just because they're slightly different and they're, selling points that differentiate themselves from the general market. So I imagine this in like a really nice, like milled aluminium. And then I felt like I wanted to change the cassette a little bit. I really didn't like this layout, so developed Poof quite quickly into this, which I really love. So the phone case, again, wanted it to be like really, really graphic, like the t-shirts. You want to get enough, bang for your buck, and something that's quite, well, not even shouty, but bold and very graphic. And then the stickers, I had the idea of just making them as vinyl stickers, the same as the ones that I was experimenting with the kind of brief vinyl experiments in various different colours. So the elements of white space, the user would be able to define variations of the colour schemes. Just some mock-ups of the CDs and cassettes, and then the vinyl, and different coloured vinyls that I could use. And then that's it. I'll cut over to that now. So I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible, just because I've looked at the length of the other video and I realised it was actually quite long. So this is the kind of front page. This is the final piece. So just outlining, the different uses and different versions of the logo. I thought one logo was kind of too constricting, and you should have different variations of the logo that can apply to different uses. So the one in the middle may not apply to like certain backgrounds because it might clash too much and then you can't actually read it. But I think it's quite nice having 3 different versions. And then you can have the 3 different versions in different colours as well. So you wouldn't necessarily be able to have, I don't know, I read somewhere that you should always be able to have your logo in black, but also it should translate to white as well for, black and white purposes. Or if you want to have, a black piece of paper, you can't put a black logo on it, obviously. So this was the vinyl. Just really simple. Wanted it to be quite calming and grey, which helps, translate the computerized nature of it, along with the code. The vinyl would also be like semi-translucent, so it's kind of echoing that same theme. And I think I took a lot of this from like interactive design from James Turrell. But being able to have an interaction between a piece of art, so if you laid it on, a piece of colour, a piece of coloured fabric, then that would actually interact with the Isaac artwork, or even if you put it on the vinyl turntable, you have those little kind of soft things that you lay them on, then that can kind of interact with the piece of art. That's the vinyl sleeve. Just a nice little close-up. Really like typography heavy, and I guess I took a little bit of inspiration from Raygun magazine with the different elements and the compositions. And then the cassette, which I really like. I think the final kind of versions and alterations to the back, I think really helped propel it along and make it different from the other mediums. And I think the box really helps to draw the attention to the names of the songs and then the secondary elements of the BPMs. So this would be the jewel case. And this will be the CD. And then the merchandise, kind of all in one. And then the accessories. I'm really proud of how I mocked these up. And then the whole collection just in one. And then this is kind of me talking after I've handed everything in, but I just thought it would be really great to use the vinyl cutter and see what the stickers would look like. So this is kind of the this is the same size. I haven't cut the Make It Right yet, but this would be about the same size as the phone case, so I'm going to try that. I just got some 3M6, I thought they were cool, but you know, you get more of an idea of what the vinyl stickers would be like, especially these. It's like they're so graphic. It's just so cool. Kind of obsessed with them. And then I put one on my laptop. I'll just show you really quickly, and then I'll finish. So, you know, just super cool. Helps make the branding a little bit different, you know, sticks out from the rest. So yeah, that's my sketchbook. I hope you enjoyed my video and I didn't go on for too long. I do blabber quite a bit.